Alright, what's up y'all? It's Shane Yin Yang, and today I'm going to try and document a little bit of my beliefs or my view on the earth, society as a whole, and the information we've been being presented. I'm going to refrain from talking about a pandemic or a certain plug-in, certain medicine, but I just want to go over a general idea of what I believe. I wrote some notes. It's not the cleanest, but you'll get a general idea. Maybe I shouldn't show it too clearly because I don't want anything getting blocked. But I'll start at the top. And I do have things all around the sides. I don't know. It's just kind of, I've had a lot of stuff on my mind for a while, so let me just tell you what I think. First things first, I used to think the earth was a ball like everybody else, a sphere spinning in the middle of nowhere. Then slowly I started to understand that that's probably not very true. So I kind of went over to the flat earth side and like, oh wow, you know, I've never felt like I was spinning, but there's way more evidence than I'm just discussing right now. But we'll talk about flat earth in the future, but that's the side I'm on. The moon is a luminary body. It's not solid, and we've never landed there. NASA, never a straight answer. Nazis approving Satan's agenda, or Nazis advancing Satan's agenda, blah blah blah. Many different acronyms for it. So I'm on the side of space being fake, and that there's actually a firmament, a dome, like in the Bible, in Genesis. So we can't get out. We got the four corners of the earth, you know. And then, well, I didn't even write it down on here, but we got the Antarctic Treaty, or Antarctica. That's the supposed ice wall. If you're new with the flat earth idea, is probably mind-blowing. It'd probably sound crazy, but that's how it sounded to me at first. Then I kind of had to unlearn all the garbage that I was taught. Moving forward, because I could talk on flat earth for a while, even though I don't really have any specific documents in front of me, specific studies. Eric Dubay is a good place to start. And flat earth is censored. It's kind of debunked, but it's paid debunking, and what they debunk is not the necessary or supposed models of flat earth. But anyways, going forward. So, evolution. Nah, I don't really believe it. And then furthermore, I gotta go with the dinosaur. I used to love dinosaurs as a kid, but at least in my research, me doing it, it depends on the websites you go on. You know, if you go on Google, you go on where this video is going to be posted, YouTube, all the stuff I'm saying is going to be debunked. You go on something outside of Google, outside of the communist, you know, Chinese, I didn't say that, controlled narrative, you know, communist narrative, then you'll find different information. Dinosaur bones, sadly, seems like they've been faked. Even different animals put together, kind of like the whole human evolution, or Lucy. Like, oh, we found a prehistoric body. Wait, no. What animal did that belong to? Oh, it's not human? Oh, where did that? So you just pieced it together to look like a prehistoric fossil. I don't know, essentially that's how it sounds to me. And the earth ain't that old. You know, think about the oldest text we find. I mean, well, forget the oldest text. We'll go with scripture, the Bible. I mean, we're going BC, AD. We're in 2022 AD right now. That's after death of Christ, Jesus, you know, even though they didn't have the letter J until 17th century. That's a different topic. But yeah, okay, look at how old some things are built. And don't look at the evolution side. Look at, like, buildings. The pyramids of Giza. Those are less than 10,000 years old. And it even has the water erosion from the flood in the Bible. So the Bible does have some historical value. You know, it's crazy how the system makes me think. They've never helped me. Why should I believe them? Anyways, moving forward, and I see my camera just keeps adjusting on my face. I don't know if you can't see my head or something. Anyways, chemtrails. Chemtrails are crazy. I don't know if you're aware of them. Geoengineering, climate control, the stuff they spray in the air, oxidized metals. That's no good. Secret sect of the airport. Air Force. Rewind that. Let's move forward. Aliens. I don't believe them. I mean, there might be some demons out there. There might be some, I don't know, some weird creatures. But aliens from a star, I don't know about that. But then maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. I mean, I do think about the fallen angels, like speaking about in the Bible, and how those descendants of the fallen angels, you know, they mated with humans and created the Nephilim. Is that why we call the Hollywood stars stars? Because they come from the fallen angels, the stars that fell? I don't know. Moving forward, I've got a lot of deja vu in my life. A lot. And I've tried to understand what it really means. Does it mean that I've lived this life before? Does it mean that I've died? Am I living in a simulation? Did I just branch off into a parallel reality and time isn't real, so I'm just, I don't know, experiencing it over and over? Or, I don't know, I can't. Or am I just God experiencing himself as a human? God in human form. And if I'm everybody around me, including everything. The phone, the table, air I breathe, everything. You, me. I don't know, it brings me kind of to the like solipsism thinking. Solipsism, where you understand or you believe that everything is an illusion projected from your mind. And that's pretty crazy. Solipsism. Like, and the other crazy thing, it's not verifiable and it's not unverifiable. So there's no proof saying that I am not a projection created entirely in your head, and there's no proof saying that you are not just created entirely in my head. I hate philosophy, but I love it so much. Yeah, I'm going down back to the space is fake and the moon landing. Kind of went over that. You could also look into the Challenger. That's the one that exploded. Look up how many of those people are actually alive. You know, they fake it, fake the death. Not the first time people do that. I mean, look at some shootings that happen in education places. Let me just phrase it like that, because I don't want to get flagged like Alex Jones. Alex Jones, controlled opposition. I think he's Bill Hicks, but I've seen things debunking it, and I've seen things proving it, and I don't know, man. What do you believe these days? But there definitely is controlled opposition. And then we also got to look at who is controlling the narrative. Who has all the money? Who controls Hollywood? Who controls the banks? Another answer that I can't really get too descriptive about, but I think we all know. And I don't know, I kind of don't like thinking this way, but it's like when all the arrows point to a certain place, it's like you gotta kind of, you know, the hexagram, that group. Did I say it right? Yeah, hexagram. Yeah, 6-pointed star. You know, they got all the control, it seems like. The royal families and that certain group. But moving forward, I gotta really say this. I gotta emphasize this. Fuck any 3-letter agency, and I mean that with all my heart. NSA, FBI, CIA, FCC, any of y'all fuckers. DEA, I don't give a fuck. ATF, fuck you. You know, how do you help people in any form? You only cause harm. I mean, or weren't you guys all created for the most part after the Patriot Act? After the, oh man, I can't go there. I can't go there. I get censored. I probably already got censored. But yeah, fuck the alphabet agencies. Moving forward, we just had a horrible event happened a little over 20 years ago. You know, September 11th. There's a lot of theories on that, and I don't know, how can I phrase this? Anybody ever heard of CGI? Computer graphics, the layering, composites, kind of like the flat Earth or the moon. Well, I mean not flat Earth. I mean like the blue marble Earth. That's a composite. That's CGI. So what I'm trying to say is something about September 11th. I don't know, how was all the news agencies over there? How was everybody over there right when it happened? I don't know. And then you look into other pilots and looking into if it would be possible to fly 500 plus knots. No, it's not possible. Not for a plane. Wings would have flown off. No, it can't happen. So, I mean, how did we see it happen? Dun, dun, dun. This is where censorship comes in and why I can't speak about it. Because the same people that would censor me censored that event. You know, wouldn't you hear a plane coming in? You'd think so. So, look into Tower 7. Now, it's kind of hard to find that footage. I was looking for it on YouTube. It's probably in there buried somewhere, but you know how they do it. Or maybe you don't. Maybe you're new to this. They hide the truth with lies. It's crazy. Tower 7 fell 7 hours later. They tried to say it was office fires. People are like, Tower 7? You know, I know about the 2, you know, what's Tower 7? Oh, yeah, part of the World Trade Center, a separate building, free fell. Just like a controlled demolition. But if office fires, really? Are you sure? That's the official narrative. So, I mean, what do you think? Moving forward, perfect. No BS. No BS. I probably was swearing. But no BS. Look at the next topic. Television programming, subliminal messages, and frequency. Literally kind of what I was just talking about. The television is programming. They're only putting out their narrative. Tell lies to your vision. I mean, what is it? The same 4 broadcasting companies that own the whole conglomerate? And who owns those 4? Oh, it's just a big pyramid structure. Subliminal messages, I mean, that's... Look into Disney. If you're new to this and you've never looked up subliminal messages, I was very new to this, but when I started looking into Disney subliminal messages, it was eye-opening. I grew up in Disney movies. It disgusts me. It disgusts me. It's terrible. I saw a few things, this is kind of Nick, but Nick and Disney are the same thing, Nickelodeon, but about like Ariana Grande, and oh man, I gotta be careful with this, but how they're basically prepping her as a hypersexualizing the TV show, you know, subliminal messages. That might be a little harder to find, but, you know, Ariana Grande, subliminal messages, look that up. You know, you do a few websites, you'll find some. YouTube, Google, probably censored. Yahoo, maybe not. DuckDuckGo, I don't know, you know. It's terrible what they're trying to raise our kids and us and everybody else to believe, and it's right in front of our eyes, and that's the biggest part about magic, is they show it right to you. Show it right to your face, and then somehow we still don't see it or believe it. It's disgusting. Evil. Alright, side note, something kind of good, and I mean, it's good and bad in ways. It's a beautiful experiment. The Japanese water experiment. Now, I can't think of the specific doctor or the person studying it, but look it up. Japanese water experiment. The man experiments on water. One of them he says nice things to, one of them he says good things to, one of them he ignores. Later on, he examines the molecules and looks at their structures. Look at it yourself. The ones with the positive message to it looked beautiful. The one with the bad message looked terrible, like it might make you sick. And the one that he ignored was kind of indifferent. You know, so it's like applying prayers to things and blessings versus cursing people and cursing things, you know. Words are magic. We have spelling, and we have curse words, you know. I don't know, it's kind of deep. I'm trying to think of where to go with this, but just move forward. We have fluoride in the water. Now that might be why I'm a little foggy-headed, no joke. I mean, apparently they used to use it as rat poison, and now it's in our water and toothpaste because they used to say it's good, and now they're kind of saying it's not really that good for your teeth. And oh yeah, it makes your thyroid kind of slows down your metabolism, and now you're gaining weight. Oh, now it makes a little sense why so many people are obese in America. Oh man. Now this next one, it's gonna come off as I gotta say it like this. I didn't even know what the exact meaning of the word misogyny meant until a few weeks ago, okay? That just tells you right there, I do not hate women. I'm a man, I'm ignorant, okay? But I do not hate women. I love you. I love my mom. I love all types of women. Now there are bitches, okay? But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about women's rights, and I'm going to talk about public school. I think everybody's equal. I think everybody deserves rights. But I'm going to tell you how these things were set together in a way to kind of attack the family unit as a whole. So, now this is where the timeline gets a little screwed up, but it doesn't really matter entirely. Do your own research, form your own opinions. This is mine. So, they create public school, I believe, shortly before the women's rights movement. Okay, but they couldn't get the children out of the house yet because they still had a dad goes out and works, the mom stays at home, takes care of the kid. Okay? Well, if the woman wants rights and she wants a job, then what's the kid gonna do? Who's gonna take care of the kid? The state, the government. You know, it was kind of a ploy, the women's rights movement. You're oppressed. You can't vote. You can't work. We know you want to work. And now it's like, man, it's rare if you see a family where the mom is able to stay at home. Like, you can afford to do that. Like, oh, you homeschool your kids? But that's the best thing to do. You don't want your kids to be educated in the system. I was educated in the public school system, and thank God I still have these beliefs and these ways I think. You know, I feel like it's independent to me. I feel like I created these beliefs, and I found my own information. You know, I wasn't taught in schools that the earth was flat. Of course not. I was taught that it was a spinning ball and all that crap, you know. I was taught we landed on the moon, different things about history. Okay, slavery. You know, we're always told about slavery, and it's terrible. You know, but everybody was enslaved. White people have been enslaved, black people have been enslaved, Asians have been enslaved. You know, it doesn't matter what color you are. Everybody has been enslaved, and people are still enslaved today. Look at the prison system, you know. But again, who brought the slaves here? People are going to be like, you, the whites. Yes and no, okay? Who runs the banks? Who runs Hollywood? Okay, who paid for those boats? The six-sided star, the 13 families, the royal families. I feel like the only people that are going to watch this video are going to be the NSA, the CIA, and the FBI. Fuck. Whatever. It's not like I'm saying anything incriminating. Freedom of speech is still in the Constitution, right? This First Amendment. And I've done no crimes, you know. This world is crazy how we're presented. And I feel bad for telling the truth almost in a sense. At least my form of the truth. Well, I've talked about the royal families. I've talked about controlled opposition. Okay, the final one, secret societies. And that's kind of what I've been alluding to this whole time. You know, the 6th star, and you know, they're not the only ones. We got Freemasons, we got the Jesuit order, and you know, they're all kind of in cahoots with each other. How can I verify this? This is all whatever. Take what you can, infer what you can, whatever knowledge you can't find. Think about why you can't find it. Was it destroyed? Was it covered up? I don't know. I've been rambling, but these are my beliefs. I wish everybody a blessed day. God bless. Much love.